people, Battle community. My name's Kieran, in case you're tuning in for the first time. Channel Needle Groove. Also have a website, needlegroove.com, in case you've never been, which has some vinyl-inspired apparel. But mostly it's about sharing the records and the music. Also, check me out on Instagram, Needle Groove Apparel. Always posting what I'm listening to when I can. So just wanted to continue to show some of my scores from this past summer. Some of my more recent pickups locally, which is not much, but some big ones. Anyway, definitely lots and lots of records to share. I don't know if I'll get through all of them. What we're listening to right now actually is Beautiful. Gratian Moncure III, Gratian, however you say it. And I'm not even going to try to say the title here, but one morning I waked up very early. This is on BYG, of course. Signature look. BYG Actuel 33 with the beautiful photography. This is actually my first time listening to this. This is via the way of my man Tom FXP. He's been selling some really good stuff through Instagram. So I picked up a bunch of records from him. I mean, I'm telling you, but I really shouldn't, because then I'll miss out on some of the good stuff. But anyway, it's all about everyone enjoying the music. And this is a good one with Bob Guérin on bass. Gratian plays trombone, of course. Fernando Martin's piano and vocals. The previous track had vocals, which I loved. So yeah, digging that. Thank you, Tom. I picked up a few others from you, which are kind of mixed in here somewhere. One of them I can see right here is Shuggy Otis, Freedom Flight. I believe it's a second press, right? From the 70s, but anyway, love Shuggy Otis. Just missing Inspiration Information, which is the one, but this is an album that I really enjoy. Definitely still has a lot of that blues flavor, but it has that amazing songwriting as well that we know. Shuggy Otis, just a great guitarist, great musician, and great music. If you don't know it, check it out. What am I going to show you next? Picked this up, just couldn't not, based on the strength of his previous release, which is the new Kamasi Washington. I spun this once so far. This is Harmony of Difference, and it's an EP. It's like 20 something minutes long, so it's a lot cheaper than his his album, his 3 LP release, but dollars per time of music, it's probably more expensive, but along the same vibe. Enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to spinning that some more. This I bought online, and because it doesn't sound as good as it was graded, unfortunately. There's some pops, but probably if it got a good cleaning it would sound pretty good. But I listened to this last night and I really enjoyed it. Jimmy Gouffry, however, another one I'm not sure, Jimmy Gouffry in French, River Chant on Choice, and this is probably from 75, 75 on Choice Records. Really enjoyed this one yesterday. This was a recommendation from John Ra, who doesn't make videos anymore, but John, we miss you. Short Eyes. I love Curtis Mayfield, and I didn't know anything about this somehow. I guess because it's a bit later and I never came across it, but because of your recommendation and from what I heard online, it's killer stuff. 1977 on Curtum, soundtrack for Short Eyes, Curtis Mayfield. Solid stuff. Speaking of Curtis Mayfield, I also picked up, this was just at a store here. I'd seen this once for like a few dollars and someone had it in their hand. I was like, oh, missed out. Anyway, By the cover, I wouldn't expect much. I'm like, oh, later Curtis, but it's actually at 77, so same year as Short Eyes, and still very, very strong effort. Highly recommended. This one is, I don't even know what it's called. Never Say You Can't Survive. Still very, very strong effort. Curtis Mayfield is one of my favorite musicians. Another soul record. Bought this through somebody on Instagram. The Articulate Artistics. Actually saw this locally for pretty much the same as what I paid for it, but definitely recommend. I've listened to only one side of this this week and loved it. It was it's kind of like older sounding soul in terms of the vocals, but the music is pretty hard. Like the tracks are all like 2 minutes, but the music bangs. Hard drums, so dig this. Highly recommend it. Next up, Eric Stack, Fruit from Another Garden on RCI. The one that he released, I can't remember what it's called now, just before this is goes for quite a bit of money, is sought after. Don't really know it that well, but as I was researching this one, I'm discovering. So yeah, dig this kind of free jazz, RCI, lots of good records on this label, Radio Canada International. So you can hear it's pretty heavy stuff. It says here, the music in this album is a completely spontaneous stream of consciousness music. This was probably 74, 75, yeah, 75. Can share this with you guys. This was something I traded a bunch of records into a local store here and picked up. Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch, mono pressing from 1964. This one I was put in some work in terms of kind of understanding what kind of pressing, if it's a first or second. I still don't really have an official answer, but anyway, it has all the right markings, the Van Gelder, the ear, and the Blue Note Records New York USA label. Just doesn't have the deep groove. Don't know if non-deep groove is first pressings from 64. A lot of them have deep groove on one side, not anyway. It is a mono pressing. It has even the original inner sleeve from that year. So Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch. Don't really need to say much about this because the music speaks for itself, and most of you, I'm assuming, have already heard it. I remember buying this CD when I was first buying jazz CDs, and it was a guy that I sort of knew that was into jazz, and I ended up returning this one before I even ever listened to it. I think he's like, oh yeah, that's heavy, maybe not the best thing to start with, and he probably wasn't wrong. At the time I was young and hadn't really listened to jazz. I don't know what I would have thought of it, but anyway, now I have it and I'm very happy to own this original Eric Dolphy, Out to Lunch on Blue Note Records. This is dope. This one I picked up at Encore Records in Michigan, Ann Arbor. Herbie Hancock, Maiden Voyage, mono pressing, New York USA labels, however does not have the ear, so although it appears to be a first press, it is likely a second press from probably just after, because this is from 66, the year they were bought by Liberty. I believe this is from 66, I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, it's probably after it was bought by Liberty, and then they were using up old labels and stuff like that, but it was not pressed at the same plant because it doesn't have the ear. So yeah, but still very happy to have this, and it was not expensive. So yes, thank you Encore Records for this masterpiece that I did not have in my collection. Local finds from a while ago, McCoy Tyner Trio, Reaching Forth, on Impulse. This is the original Canadian pressing. Have that Spartan there, so the label's different. It's a Spartan label. I almost didn't buy this because it's not in the best shape. It wasn't expensive, but I was like, nah. But it actually, I'm really glad I did because I love the music and it sounds pretty good. And this cover is just absolutely beautiful. I love it. Classic Impulse gatefold in good shape. Roy Haynes, Henry Grimes, definitely more engaging than I was expecting. This I loved. I had never heard it, found it at the same time. Jamal Plays Jamal, so Ahmad Jamal, and this has some dope stuff on here. I definitely recommend you check this out from 1974, 20th Century Records. Ahmad Jamal on the keys. There's some acoustic stuff I remember and some electric. He plays both, but yeah, really good. Stuff I haven't listened to. This was a local pickup, really cheap. I think it's a second or third press. Yeah, 1972 pressing. Adding to the Impulse Yousef collection, which I have probably most of them. This was something I grabbed, which I'm really looking forward to listening to actually. This was while I was away. Egon posted on his Now Again Instagram about this, and I looked it up online, and there was a copy for sale on Discogs from my local store. So this is Salamao, the new Dave Pike set, and Grupo by Faro in Bahia. So yeah, this is the MPS pressing of this. Yeah, so I can't really comment on this, but if Egon recommended it, pretty sure it's gonna be good. Looking forward to checking this out. This was, I don't know, I didn't need this, but it was at the same store as this, and I was curious, and it's some record from the 2000, yeah, from 2000, and it's the Alex Blake Quintet featuring Pharoah Sanders. Now is the Time, live at the Knitting Factory. And this isn't like, oh my god, you need to hear this, but it's good. Really, really good live set from 2000. So Alex Blake, and then you have Alex Blake is a bassist who I did not know. Pharoah Sanders. You also have John Hicks on here, Neil Clark, and Victor Jones as well. So yeah, this was quite enjoyable actually, but not necessarily essential. Some other stuff I grabbed. Nathan Page, Page 1. Did listen to this. Guitarist. Really enjoyed it. Apparently Page 2 is the one to have. This is on Hugo's Music. So yeah, definitely happy to have added that to the collection. Some Blue Note Rare Groove stuff. Think Lonnie Smith. I think Lee Morgan. Yeah, Lee Morgan and David Newman. I don't know who else plays on here, but it's good. Groovy organ stuff. Here's another one of the ones from Tom. Max Roach, Members Don't Get Weary. I think I already showed this. A few more. Not going to get through them all, but show you what else I got from my man Tom. So this is, I think he got an original of this, so I bought this one off him. Don Cherry Complete Communion with Gato Barbieri, Henry Grimes, and Ed Blackwell. This is a Liberty Records pressing. Looking forward to getting to know that. So many records to listen to here. Been so busy with having been away and just catching up with everything. Jazz Contemporaries, Reasons in Tonality on Strata East, George Coleman, Julius Watkins, Clifford Jordan, Harold Maubourne, Larry Ridley, Keno Duke. Big vinyl update here. Strata East, you know I dig it. Another one from Tom, Live at Slugs Volume 1. So knocking off those Strata East off the list every once in a while, you know, getting those more accessible, easy to find ones. Thank you, Tom. Another one from Strata East from Tom. This was one that I'm really, really happy about and really, really enjoyed my first listen. Wow. Thank you, Tom. Didn't think I would find this, which I still haven't, but you hooked me up. So this is Pharoah Sanders on Strata East, My Gifts, Yousef Zam. Beautiful, beautiful music. You have, produced by Clifford Jordan Jr. Interesting. Anyway, you have Nat Bettis, Chief Bay, Sonny Fortune, Billy Hart, Howard Johnson, Cecil McBee, Sonny Chirac, Majid Shabazz, Lonnie Liston Smith, Leon Thomas, Cerrone. So yeah, just big lineup of amazing musicians. Just missing that Pharoah on Indian Navigation, which I mentioned last time, and that pretty much does it. That would be it for my Pharoah. I think I have all of them that I need anyways. I definitely have most of them. Couple more BYG. This was found locally. Dooley Redmond, Tariq. Love the BYG look. If you're into the free jazz, another one. This one I have not listened to yet, but this one, see, they have some that have different covers. Most of them are with the white. This was another one from Tom. This one always intrigued me, so looking forward to listening to this one. What else can I show quickly here? Few more. Tom hooked me up with some VCLT as well, which I'm really looking forward to listening to. I'm kind of discovering actually Dollar Brand. Didn't have any of his records, and Tom hooked me up with one, and I grabbed another couple actually, so it's gonna be my intro to Dollar Brand. So this one is with Carlos Ward live at Sweet Basil, Volume 1. Thank you, Tom. I was able to track, I found this for not too expensive in Ann Arbor at Encore as well. This one I've definitely seen posted a lot, The Journey, Dollar Brand. Heard many, many good things. David Belson, highly recommended that one as well. And what else? Oh, the other one's from Tom, Ana Vasconcelos. I think this is called Saudades, not sure how you say it. And this I know nothing about, but it looks freaking cool. Ira Sullivan, Horizons, another little added bonus from Tom. Thank you, much appreciated. On Atlantic, literally know nothing about this. Have not listened to it yet, but it's in this stack. I'm going through them. Have not been buying records, other than that Kamasi Washington. Just trying to catch up, you know. Miles in the Sky, adding to the Miles. Have this on CD. You know, classic. Miles, Herbie Hancock, Wayne Shorter, Ron Carter, Tony Williams, you know, and George Benson on one track. This is still, we're listening to this Fruit from Another Garden, in case you were wondering. It's dope. There's more stuff here, but I don't need to show you everything. Unnecessary Begging, Fela Kuti. This is the obviously American pressing, not the Nigerian pressing. This was from 82, so I think it's from the 70s, if I'm not mistaken, mid 70s, but wasn't pressed in the US until 82. Found that in Ann Arbor. Some more from Encore that I grabbed was, what did I get? Clifford Jordan and the Magic Triangle on stage, a little live date on Steeplechase. This is the Danish pressing. John Stubblefield, I saw someone post this while I was there, Prelude, and really, really high praise, so pick that up. I believe Cecil McBee's on here. Yes, crazy lineup. Cecil Bridgewater, Cecil McBee, Joe Chambers, Matume, and Onahe Allen Gums on keyboard. So yeah, definitely could be something on Strata East that would go for a lot, but it is not too expensive. Roy Ayers, Red, Black, and Green. Love me some Roy Ayers. Didn't have that one. Man, there's just more stuff here. Some cheap stuff. I'm gonna leave it at that. Save some stuff for another video because I definitely have a few more to show. So yeah, as you can see, lots of records, lots of music, a lot of good stuff to enjoy. Different types of jazz, different areas, soul music. I got a little bit of rock, one rock record in here. Anyway, hope everyone's doing well, and I'll be back soon. Peace.